From bold declarations to controversial actions, Donald Trump's executive orders have often sparked debate. But today, we're diving into a perspective you might not have considered: why Black Jesus might not be pleased with Trump's latest move. Let's unpack the layers of morality, justice, and faith that surround this decision. Recently, Trump signed an executive order that's making waves across the nation. Whether you agree or disagree, there's no denying its impact. But to truly understand why this decision might not align with the teachings of Black Jesus, we need to dig deeper into what the order represents. Let's start by exploring what the executive order entails and who it affects the most. The executive order targets specific policy or demographic group. Critics argue it disproportionately affects marginalized communities, amplifying existing inequalities. Now let's contrast this with the values Black Jesus stands for: compassion, justice, and uplifting the oppressed. How does this order measure up? Black Jesus represents a powerful symbol of faith, resilience, and solidarity with the marginalized. Rooted in liberation theology, Black Jesus challenges systems of oppression and calls for justice, not just in words but in actions. Scriptures like Matthew remind us, "Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." Let's examine how this executive order aligns with these teachings. The order's critics argue that it prioritizes power over people, ignoring the plight of the vulnerable. Black Jesus, as a symbol of hope and justice, would likely stand with those affected, advocating for policies that heal rather than harm. Faith isn't just about belief, it's about action. In Luke, Jesus declared, "The Spirit of the Lord is on me, because he has anointed me to proclaim good news to the poor." How does this executive order reflect those priorities? Throughout history, faith leaders inspired by Black Jesus have fought for justice, from the abolition of slavery to the civil rights movement. These movements teach us that real change comes from challenging systems that prioritize the few over the many. Could Trump's executive order represent a step backward? And what would Black Jesus say about our role in addressing this? As we consider this executive order, it's also a time to reflect on our own priorities. How do we ensure that our actions align with values of compassion, justice, and mindfulness? Taking time for self-reflection helps us grow and prioritize what truly matters. Black Jesus calls us to be intentional in how we use our time and energy, focusing on actions that uplift and unite. Injustice thrives when good people remain silent. As we reflect on this executive order, let's consider how we can embody the values of Black Jesus in our actions. That might mean speaking out, helping those directly affected, or simply spreading awareness. Black Jesus challenges us to see beyond politics and focus on humanity. Are we living up to that challenge? Thank you for watching. If this message resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe. Together, we can keep the conversation going and strive for a world that reflects the compassion and justice Black Jesus represents. Stand for justice. Stand with love.